Hi, and thank you for watching this MarketActionResearch.com tutorial on how to create landing pages on Mailchimp. And so before we begin, I want to show you an example of what we're going to be creating here and what that's going to look like. So of course you could change the styling of this to be and for whatever it is that you'd like, but I wanted to start with the end result so you could see what we're going to be creating here. This is somewhat of a new feature by Mailchimp. And what it addresses is how to create custom landing pages that you can link in with your website, share with your MailChimp marketing campaigns, and various other things. So to begin, you're going to want to log into your Mailchimp account. And if you haven't already created a Mailchimp account, we also have a video on how to create a Mailchimp account. And just in a few quick steps, you can be up and running. So to begin, what you're going to want to do is from the dashboard page, once you have logged in, is go and press the create button. From here, you're going to see that there's a couple new options on Mailchimp. One of these is called landing page. So we're going to go ahead and click on the landing page, and we're going to give this a name. So just to kind of start off, this landing page name is for internal purposes. And so it could really be whatever you want, and just to make it memorable for you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to give this we're going to call this the awesome page for now. And then what you're going to want to do is also select a list that you have. So in this case, we're just going to select the Mars Academy, and then we're going to hit begin. So this will take a couple seconds, but basically after this loads, take a look at the different options that are here. So one of the first things that you'll notice is that it comes pre-equipped with a logo, a title, text, and a email slot here that's at the bottom. And there's plenty of ways that you can customize this, but we're going to show you how we created that other landing page that was here. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload an image, but you could actually go and choose, and I'm going to go back here real quick, various different options. So if you would like, you could make this a color, and it gives you the ability to fully customize the hexadecimal code. If you wanted it to be white, it would be 6S. You could do F, 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 and then enter, and it would be white. Or if you wanted it to be black, you could do 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then enter, and that would be black. Of course, you could also use the histogram and just sort of drag this around to any color, and then you could move this wheel up and down here to get different colors as well. It also comes kind of pre-equipped with some of the basic standard colors that might look good with the campaign that you're going for. But in this case, we don't want to use any color, so we're going to hit no color, and then we're going to select an image. And in this particular case, since we're creating our awesome daiquiri party, we're going to go ahead and select that and hit insert. And what you'll notice is now that this image is in place, there's actually another option. You can hit fill or fit or tile. So it just sort of depends on how you want the image to appear. And so we're just going to take a look and leave it how it is right now. So the next thing that you're probably wondering is, how do we update this with the text that we're looking for? So we're going to go ahead and just sort of click on this here, and it's just like editing a MailChimp email blast. So we're going to give this the title Awesome Daiquiri Party. Okay. And it is automatically centering it here, but just to be secure, I like to go ahead and center it anyways. And that way I know for sure that it's centered. And then I'm going to hit save and continue. And now I'm going to edit this text that's up in this space here. So you want to let people know what this is about. So we're going to put, we're throwing our world famous, and then I'm going to return awesome daiquiri party. in Malibu this weekend. Obviously this text could be whatever it is, whatever you would like, but this is just for example's sake what we're going to do here. And let's just kind of make this font a little bit bigger. That seems about right. And we also want to make our awesome daiquiri party bold. There's two ways to do this. You can just press the B here. If you're on a Windows computer, you can also hit Control B, and it will make that bold. So now that we have this styling, or the text the way that we want, we're going to go ahead and add some styling. The first thing that we want to do here is you could choose to include a logo. To do this, you can just click on logo and hit replace, and then boom, select your logo, pop it in. But in this case, we actually don't want to use a logo. We just want to remove this image altogether. And so we're going to delete this block. But you'll notice here that it will have this section here that says drop content blocks here, and there's really no way to click on this to remove it. So we'll come back to that in just a second, and how we're going to get that out of this template here, or at least make it look like there's nothing there. Oh, one more thing that we forgot to add to our title here is we want to let people know what to do. So we're going to tell them to register now. Okay, and let's make this slightly smaller, and let's also make this sort of like the color of the daiquiri. That's close enough. Okay, so we're going to save and continue and close that. And now we want to take a look and let's get rid of this white colored background. So to do that, you want to make sure that you're not selecting anything that's inside this box. There's no text that's selected or image that's selected. And then you're going to go over to the Design tab on the right. So there's a couple things that we're going to need to do to make this completely transparent so that we can see through it. And the first thing that we're going to want to check is come in here and, oh, sorry, not page design, actually header design. And we're going to go to the background here, and we're going to select this, and then we're going to go no color. And you'll see that it made this section, I'll toggle it back real quick so you can see, it takes all the color that's white in the background and it removes it, makes it completely transparent, which is exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and save this, and the next part, which is this is the body, is we're going to want to make that transparent as well too. So let's go ahead and click on the color again for the background, hit no color, and boom, there's no color there. We still have this block that's still up at the top, and we want to remove this. So how can we do this? Well, there's a couple ways, but the way I'm going to show you is just a really quick and easy way to do that. So we're going to drop this text in here, and you'll notice that there's still some gray text that's in this box, but we're just going to delete it and then hit save and close, and then boom. That satisfies the need for something to be in that block, and it makes it completely transparent if we just delete the text. Okay, so let's add a few more details to our registration form so that people know where to go and when. So let's add some text in here, and let's add our time. So let's just say that it's going to be 9/9/18, so September 9th, 2018, and it's going to be off of Ocean Avenue, and we're going to put in that it's in Malibu, California. All right, so let's make this text a little bit bigger because you want this part to really stand out to people. So even maybe a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to put some spaces in here, and let's clear the style in between, and that sort of removes some of the extra padding that's around there and makes it look a little bit more consistent. And maybe we can make this text a little bit larger too, so the date, really stands out. Okay, so now that we have this saved in here, we're going to hit save and close. And the last part that we're going to want to do is tell people what to do. once they get to the form. So let's just enter in some text here, and we're going to put in enter your email below to join the party. Okay, and let's make this a little bit bigger as well too, and we're going to give it some bold and make this sort of like that daiquiri color at the top. Okay, and let's also update the button here. So this could be something fun like, come join the party. And from here, you could also make additional fields available. So if you wanted them to enter in their first name and their last name, you could do that. So we didn't do this on the last one. So let's add this one in here. And then that way we have the fields that we need. The last part that's in here is you want to send to, after the form is submitted, send visitors where? Are we sending them to a web address? Are we sending them somewhere else? In this case, let's just say that we're sending them to google.com once they have filled in the form, just to test out the functionality of it. From here, you can also adjust the style and color. This is for the form label style, so if you wanted to change the color here to sort of that, what's not really daiquiri color. Let's go in here and make this a little bit more red. Well, kind of overshot it, but you get the point. You could play around with this a little more if you'd like. The background color is going to be what color it is once that's here, and then the on hover color is the color that it is for what happens when you hover. So let's just say in this case we're going to change this to something a little bit darker than what we have over here, and I'm going to make it a lot more darker just so that it's very apparent, so that you know that there's some action that's happening here when you hover. Okay, so if you wanted to change the color of the text on the button, you can, but we're just going to leave it white and hit save and close. And so the next part is that we want to add some styling to this to make this like really pop out. So we're going to make this color white. One of the things you'll notice is once we do this and you're done selecting, it looks like there's nothing in the text box. So you just have to remember that it's there. If you're familiar with HTML, you could also go into the source code and then edit it this way. That way you don't have to guess, what you're selecting and what you're trying to edit. But that's if you're a little bit more advanced. But if not, you could always just hover over here, select the text that you want to have, and then make some adjustments to that. So we're going to go ahead and turn this back white, save this. We're also going to make this text white, which will make it disappear, but don't worry, it's still there. And then we're going to save that. And for this, we're going to use a slightly different color. We're going to add blue, but you'll notice that that sort of blends in with the background there. So we're going to add some style to the text and add a background text color. You'll notice that once we did that, it looks great, but it looks a little squished on the sides with the numbers and on both sides of the address here. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of space before and after, and what that's going to do is just make it look nice and pretty here. So now that we have this a way that we like it, we're going to hit save and close. Okay, so we pretty much have all the components that we need or want here on this particular form. If there was other things that you'd like to add in here, you could of course add pictures, you could add social share, social follow. You can even drop in a video if you'd like. So if we had a video, you could literally just drop this in here, and in our other video that we have about how to add videos into MailChimp, it's the same exact process as it is for creating a MailChimp mass email campaign. So I'm not going to cover that here, but if you're interested in knowing how to do that properly, I'd recommend watching that video as well too. Okay, so now that we have all the parts that are in here, there's a couple of things you can do. We could preview this to see what it's going to look like on a desktop, and we could also go and press the mobile view to see what our awesome daiquiri party is going to look like in mobile. And so It's a good thing to check this because you'll notice here there's a little bit of overlap, and there's a couple ways that we could fix this. But we're going to do this we're going to fix this part here by making this text a little bit smaller. It's just sort of a quick, easy fix. And let's see if we can do this by just coming in here, selecting this text, and dropping it down to maybe 32. And yeah, okay, let's give that a shot and see. And the preview tool is super easy. It's very, very fast to quickly prototype. And awesome, yeah, that looks exactly right. There's no overlap there, and everything looks nice and clean. Now you'll notice that the picture of the daiquiri is not in there, so let's try to make some adjustments to the background photo to see if we could pop that in there. That doesn't really look great. Let's see if let's see if this one works. If not, what you might need to do is actually adjust the photo to bring in whatever you want more center focused. The image that we used is slightly off to the right, which sort of looks nice with the form that we have going on here. But of course, that's completely stylistic and up to you. But I'm just going to leave this as is for now because it looks pretty cool anyways. All right, so now that we're ready, we're going to hit save and close. And from here, what you could do is you could add a page title. So we're going to add the awesome daiquiri party. Okay, and then we're going to hit save, and that's going to give our page title the awesome daiquiri party. And then we're also going to add this as a URL. Since this is something that you cannot change afterwards, we recommend picking something that is going to stay, because otherwise you're going to have to create a new form if you want a different URL. So we're going to call this the awesome daiquiri party. Okay, and then we're going to hit save. And so what this is going to do is it's going to automatically create a generated URL in between, and you can't edit anything prior to this, but you can have control over what the last part of this is, and it sort of gives it a nice little branding here. Okay, now that we have this ready to go, what we could do is publish this. So what we're going to do is go here and hit publish. And now your landing page is on the live on the web. And what we could do with this is we can go and click on it. So let's open our awesome daiquiri party. And what you'll notice up here in the title, which is kind of small, but it does say awesome daiquiri party. And it has all the information that we have listed here and is ready for mobile and desktop. And so what you could do is you could link this directly into your website. You can link this link directly into any Mailchimp campaign, or pretty much anywhere you can put a link. Share it on Facebook. What we're going to do here is we're going to put in a email, and we're going to try this out. So we're going to just put in a test email here and put in our name, and then we're going to say come join the party. All right, so if you remember at the very, very beginning of this, when we were putting this together, we said that we wanted it to redirect to a new web page. And so that's exactly what it did. That does not have to be the desired action, but in this case, we wanted it to redirect to just google.com. And from there, everything is pretty much good to go. If you need to review this campaign, you can come back into your campaigns section and go to the page that we created, which was the awesome page. And it will show you how many visits, clicks, and subscribes that we have. And we can go back and look at what this page looks like and get all the details from the report section. Or if you'd like, you can go in here and edit it. But you'll notice that two of the things that you cannot change about this are the URL, and you can't change the list. And so that's just something important to note about all of this. Now that we have this here, though, everything is pretty much ready, and that's it. You've done it. You've created the landing page, and of course, if you do have any questions about it, you're welcome to leave a question in the comment section below. I definitely recommend checking out some of our other YouTube videos on how to use MailChimp. And we thank you very much for watching this tutorial today and hope you have a wonderful day.
MarketActionResearch.com, taking your business where you want it to go.